There's something about an underdog story that tugs on the heartstrings of a true football fan. The license to dream, the thrill of the journey, and the taste of unexpected success. We know you love these stories too, so we've stacked them in one place for you. The book, Soccer's One-Hit Wonders. Relive all the drama, plot twists, and incredible events from some of the game's most memorable underdog league title wins. Check out the link in the description below.
Since gaining promotion to the top tier of German league football in 1997, Wolfsburg have established themselves as regulars in the competition. Undoubtedly, their biggest contribution to the history of the Bundesliga is the famous title win of the 2008-2009 season. It was a great season for supporters and neutrals. Everyone likes a good underdog story, you know? What really happened that year, though? Was it just a serious case of overachieving on the part of Wolfsburg? Or did they get quite a bit of luck along the way? Did they have Moneyball owners? What were Bayern doing that year? This is a good time to find some answers to these questions. Let's start off with the manager. Felix Magath joined Wolfsburg as the replacement for Klaus Augenthaler in the 07-08 season. Klaus had only managed back-to-back 15th place finishes in the league in his 2 seasons there, which was far from the ambition that the club hierarchy had for the team. The club was decidedly relegation fodder under Augenthaler. They finished with 34 points in his first season, and his second season was not much better with 37 points from 34 games. Enter Felix Magath. Magath joined the club with a decent reputation in German football. He changed the fortunes of Stuttgart from relegation candidates to runners-up in the league by 02-03, and he'd also won a couple of league titles and cups with Bayern between 2004 and 2006. Extremely high standards at Bayern led to his sacking in 2007 following a really slow start to the season by the team. Their loss would be Wolfsburg's gain. If there's one thing any sensible club owner is expected to do when you sign a big-name manager, it's backing him in the transfer window. That's exactly what the board did. It was clear from the start that they had complete faith in Magath, and that faith reflected in the investment that the club made on transfers over the next couple of seasons. Magath had a proper rebuilding job to do, trying to turn Wolfsburg into a competitive force after those disappointing seasons. The rebuilding started immediately with the signings of players such as Grafita, Edin Dzeko, Jan Simunek, Diego Benaglio, Josue, Sasha Rita and Makoto Hasibi for a combined fee of €18.5 million. Many of these players were crucial for the steps of growth that the club took in that first year and the next. Wolfsburg practically flew to the business end of the table in the first year, climbing from 15th position in the previous season to 5th place in the next. A huge difference that also reflected in their points tally of 54, up from 37 in 06-07. There was more significant movement in the transfer window ahead of the 08-09 season, as Zvezdan Misimovic, Andrea Barzagli and Christian Zaccardo joined the club from Nuremberg, Palermo and Palermo again, respectively. They cost €25 million in total. At this point, a large part of the rebuilding job was done. The question was then about setting up the team with the new players in a way that their strengths could be maximised. Cue another stroke of genius from Magath. Grafita and Dzeko's partnership was blooming, so it was important to leave them playing together up front. A 4-4-2 diamond formation allowed Magath to do this. He dropped Misimovic in the hole directly behind both forwards, and he absolutely flourished there. In fact, Misimovic laid on 20 assists for the team that year, a league record at the time, and he added 7 goals for good measure. The rest of the team lined up like this. Wolfsburg's home form had everything to do with their eventual position. They were unstoppable at the Volkswagen Arena, scoring an average of 3 goals per game and conceding only 13 times in 17 games. They went unbeaten for all 17 games as well. Grafita and Dzeko scored 68% of the team's total league goals with 54 between them, breaking the league record for goals scored by a strike partnership. Grafita scored 28 goals in 25 games and Dzeko scored 26 times in 32 games. If their home form hadn't been this good, they definitely would have struggled to challenge for the title. 49 of the total 69 points they got that season were picked up at home. That's a huge 71% of the total. Obviously, their away form wasn't so good. It's no surprise then that the team's performance of the season came on their own turf, and against their biggest opponents too. They absolutely demolished Bayern Munich 5-1 in a drubbing that proved their mettle as title challengers, with 5-star performances from their best players, Grafita, Dzeko and Misimovic. To be fair though, Bayern themselves were going through a tough period under their manager back then, Jurgen Klinsmann. Magath didn't hang around after winning the league with Wolfsburg. He joined Schalke on a 4-year contract, leaving his squad of overachievers for his next challenge. The squad itself managed to keep their core together. There were no major departures in the transfer window the following season, as the team came under new management in the form of Lorenz Gunter Kostner. Kostner could not replicate Magath's success, and the team had to bring the title-winning manager back after only one season. Things were not the same anymore though, and they were back to their mid-table level despite Magath's return. Since then, Wolfsburg have only won 2 more major trophies, the DFB Pokal in 2014-15 and the DFL Super Cup in 2015. They also came close to winning the Bundesliga again under Dieter Hecking in the 2014-15 season, finishing as runners-up behind Bayern Munich by 10 points. Die Wölfe is not quite ready to overthrow the powerhouse in Munich yet, but they're definitely showing signs that they can be in and around the top of the table if the big boys slip up again. We'll see.
Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to be notified every time we release a new video. If you want your own visual football player card displayed at the end of each video, you can back us now on Patreon. Patreon is a platform that allows you, the viewers, to support content creators like us so they can create quality content for you. Link in the description below.